A Campbell Soup Company employee is taking legal action against the food giant, and he's making some explosive allegations about one of its top executives. Good evening, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Those allegations are now at the center of a lawsuit claiming the company's vice president went on an hour-long tirade attacking the company's products and employees before taking aim at its customers.
And the former employee recorded it all. Eric Erickson shares that recording and what the company is saying about it.
We have shit for poor people. Who buys our shit?
And that's just part of an over an hour-long rant, says former security analyst for Campbell's, Robert Garza of Monroe.
I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's unhealthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it, look at me, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
The recording allegedly of Campbell's VP and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally.
He has no filter.
Bally, along with another supervisor and Campbell Soup Company, named in a lawsuit filed Thursday. The suit claiming Bally made racist remarks, admits to coming to work high, and Garza fired for coming forward.
What do you think about the things that he was saying?
Oh, just pure disgust.
Garza says he usually worked remotely for Campbell's headquarters, based in Camden, New Jersey. But thinking he'd be discussing his salary with Bally, he says the recording taken in person at a restaurant.
They couldn't think for the I'm like, you dumb
Garza says he felt sick after the rant, deciding to go to his direct supervisor in January, keeping the recordings to himself.
He had never had any disciplinary action. They had never written him up for poor work performance.
Garza says no one at Campbell's ever followed up, and it's taken him 10 months to find a new job, calling the way the canned soup company handled it simply terrible.
They have a motto, like we treat you like family, here at Campbell's, come work for us, we treat our employees like family. That's not the case.
We did just receive a statement from Campbell's that says, quote, if accurate, the comments in the recording are unacceptable. They do not reflect our values and the culture of our company. We are actively investigating this matter. We've also reached out directly to Martin Bally.
A former
Boy. He said he got recordings of it saying racial stuff. That's crazy, man. Some of these VPs, they think they got so much money, they got so much ego, they can say anything they want. But go ahead, Rodney. What's your take on this?
Campbell Soup. That was it. I haven't eaten them in years. The people that do eat, I don't know how you eat Campbell Soup, or you put Campbell noodle soup. So people still love them. Well, if you ask me, you think people gonna boycott Campbell Soup? Probably not, because like you said, Jordan, it's cheap. It's cheap and it's affordable. It's been around since I didn't even know it's been around since the 1800s.
Yep.
That's a long time. So you got one guy that's saying one thing about VP. Dude, some of these VP goes in hard on some of the employees, of course. I've been in rooms. I'm not talking about my current employee, but my current employer. But in the past, like a long time ago, where they'll go in and start cursing and this and that, but they'll never disrespect the coworkers though, because they understand. So when they disrespect the coworkers, then pretty much there's no whole bars after that. But for them to be, I think the executive was way out of proportion. Hopefully there is a lawsuit that does happen, and I hope he lose that case. And Campbell Soup realize that, hey, they need to do a better job when it comes to aspect of who they should appoint as their next VP. But I'm saddened. I'm upset about what happened with Campbell Soup. For them to be around this long and for that to continue to go on, to me is sickening. Go ahead, Akeem.
This ain't nothing new. We've heard this from other company execs. These guys don't get fired. These guys get circled around or they get shifted to other company. Best thing is to do what Martin Luther King did in Birmingham, Alabama. Don't buy the shit. Better yet, you know what we can do? Somebody get me to a venture capitalist firm. Let me start my own soup company. Bellow Soups. So we can, I won't call you no poor people. I'm not going to even call you I won't even call you a white nigger. I'll just call you my brother. Bellow Soups. We can replace Campbell Soups. Fuck they 800 years and call it a day. They're gonna call it. Listen, every time you buy something, they call you. I didn't say they said that. I said it feels like if I grab a Campbell Soup.
I haven't eaten them in years, so
I ain't eaten them in years too. Matter of fact, Campbell Soup is watery. And it has a lot of sodium.
It is.
But when you see it, when you're in sick, I remember growing up, the other friends that my mom used to buy is Campbell Soup.
Yeah. You just say I used to eat that soup when I was living in a shelter on my younger days.
Mm. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. These VPs, you know, if you really do your research, like I know, you know, people go to grocery stores and everything. You know, people see brands. We see Campbell Soup. We see Chunky Soup. You know, we see Red Hot Sauce and everything. All these companies got VP and everything. And the thing is, people, like I said, if you type into the company. If you go on Wikipedia, you know, you could see who the VP is and everything. And then you look at the history, you look at their history, all that type of thing. So when it comes to Campbell, when it comes to this VP, Campbell and everything, Campbell Soup and everything. So I keep it right. It's hard to get these people fired. You know, most of the time, they'll try to do like a part ways type of deal, like, you know, they go to resign or anything like that. And the thing is, when they resign, most of the time they get like back pay. You know, they get like a severance pay, all that type of things for like a few months till they find another job and everything. So they like I said, if the VP of Campbell Soups gets let go, or she might be stepping down or anything like that, you know, he might take a year off or something like that, and eventually he'll be a VP at another top brand type of food product and everything, because you know. Because it's usually, you know, we look at when a company's looking for a VP or president or anything like that, they want survival experience and everything. So even though like this VP might have something, you know, where he was in right now, say versus marks and everything, there's a lot of products, you know, brand products. We look up and say, hey, you know, he made a mistake and everything. He had a year off, you know, he made a mistake and was forgiven or anything like that. But pretty sure, like I said, if you say racist things, you're always gonna be a racist. So yeah, man. People, just for me, like I said, when it comes to these VPs, they're mostly are these white men, and some of them, you know, if they got a big enough ego, they'll say anything they want, you know, because they think, you know, they got the money, you know, they got the power, they can do anything they want. But when it comes to for people that have the power, Hakeem said it right, just don't buy. Just skip it. Just don't buy something else. There's other options of soups you could buy, or you can go to the produce and go to the meat department and make your own soup. Simple as that.
Yeah, like Hakeem said, Bellow Soup, you better trademark that for somebody else to do that.
Yeah, and look,
Hakeem. That sounds nice.
He do. He made it public. I don't know why he did that. Stuff like that, you don't make it public.
Yeah.
Why I say Campbell